You might not believe this news. Every company deploying an artificial intelligence model in India would require an approval from the government. Yes, let that sink in for a second. I'm not talking about training or creating a model from scratch. I am talking about deploying an AI model, whether it's a full version, base model, quantized, instruction to chat, any model. If you are deploying any model, no matter how tiny, how large, how medium that model is, you would need an approval from the Indian government. Cannot simply believe it. Read this press release, which came from Indian Ministry of Electronics and Information, and it says that in a significant development on 3rd March 24th, the Ministry of Electronics and IT of India announced that companies deploying AI and generative AI models must now obtain prior approval from the ministry. This move aims to regulate the rapidly evolving field of AI and ensure its responsible and ethical use. This decision reflects the government's commitment to balancing technological advancements with safeguarding public interest, as highlighted in a recent article by Economic Times. You know what? I still think maybe this is some sort of hoax, or maybe their website got hacked, or something like that. I cannot for the life of me believe that any government would do that, especially when India is at the forefront of this AI revolution and era. I have been meeting, talking, doing interviews with a lot of budding, bubbling Indian entrepreneurs who are working really diligently in this field. There are a lot of great startups popping up in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Delhi, every part of India. And this is one field where Indians are really shining. And then you get to hear about this, which is primarily stifling the innovation. According to some commentators on social media like X, India has just kissed its future goodbye because every company deploying a Gen AI model now requires approval from the Indian government. That is, now you now need approval for merely even deploying a 1 billion, 7 billion open source model. I think this could be a huge drag because I still cannot believe that this is happening. Now, this could be, AI at an existential risk in India. I mean, I really mean it because, as I said, Indian companies are really doing great, and I was really very very hopeful about that any specific Indian model coming out of India very very soon. We already have a lot of tools, fine-tuned versions of lot of open source models coming from India. Now, this is extremely, I would say, existential bad and existential threat to AI-enabled innovation in India. So maybe elections are coming in India. I'm not sure what is happening, but I guess imagine having to get approval from the government to develop and launch an app, hack to even add new features and update to your app enabled by generative AI. Imagine not being able to release your project by being so weird and marketing it so heavily by releasing it to everyone with zero guardrailing and poor testing. You have, I think, Indian government has made sure not to really, really, single out this AI, and I'm more than sure all the startups and companies in India must be very confused and very worried about at the same time. I'm based in Sydney, Australia. I talk to many Indians who are settled here, and some of them are just here on the work visa. And all of them were, quite hopeful about this. And many of them were actually thinking of going back to India and doing their own stuff in generative AI and related apps. And I just talked to a couple of them, and they're as shocked as I am, and now they are having second thoughts of returning back to their country. But still, I think because I looked at this website of Ministry of Telecommunications and IT of India, and I couldn't exactly found out this particular bit. Maybe I'm missing something. Then I went to this what's new page here, and still I couldn't see that circular. So maybe it is all hoax and all false news. If that is the case, I apologize for spreading it, but I think this is such a big news. India is such an important country that I had to do this. But if go to Twitter, other social media page, this doesn't look like a false news to me, because a lot of reputable people are reporting it. Lot of um, you know uh, influencer on Twitter who I really follow, they are saying it. So I think this doesn't look like at all a hoax to me. But even if it is, then it will be good. But if it is not, then I think this is a bad news. That's it, guys. If you're in India or if you are related to that industry in any way, let me know your thoughts. Very, very keen to see how do you see it, and if there is any way you could circumvent it. Very keen to know. Now, there is also, I must say that there are few people on social media who are actually supporting this. For example, some people are saying that in the US, a supposedly free market and the unlimited funding that goes with it can incentivize GenAI development until the final product becomes globally hegemonic. India does not have global tech monopolies that can be used as leverage in international relations. To safeguard its own digital sovereignty, India will need guardrails, and this is where this regulation and red tape is needed. And this shouldn't India shouldn't be compromising its security in the name of innovation. Well, that is one point of view, but I don't think so that holds any water. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep the discussion civil. And if you like the content, then please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, then please share it among your network, as that helps a lot. Thanks for watching.